Hey guys, Matt here. So, May 14th, 2012. I want to apologize again in advance for not making videos the last couple weeks. I've wanted to, but I've just been really busy and my computer was really slow, so it was slowing down the uploading process. And it was taking me like half an hour to upload a 2-minute video. So, I'll be reviewing the last couple weeks, like before, and then I'll review this week. So, after Extreme Rules, John Cena ekes out a victory against Brock Lesnar. And so we have John Laurinaitis and Lesnar in the ring, and then Triple H comes out and basically says, Brock, all the demands that you made for John Laurinaitis about changing the show and paying you more money and all that, well, I'm not agreeing to them because it was a verbal agreement and I didn't okay it, so you're not getting it. And then as he starts talking to Brock Lesnar, John Laurinaitis keeps interrupting, and Lesnar, just keeps looking at Laurinaitis going, just mad at him like, you're going to pay. And the longer the skit was going on for, I was like, Lesnar's going to attack Triple H. I know he's going to. And so John Laurinaitis kept interrupting, and Triple H got Laurinaitis' face, and then Brock Lesnar attacks Triple H from behind. And he gets him to the ground, and Triple H at first put up a pretty good fight, throwing some blows back and forth, but Lesnar gets Triple H down, gets him in a Kimura, and breaks his arm. Now, at first I was like, okay, they're not going to go with the whole he broke it thing, they're going to just say maybe like he dislocated it or something, but no, he breaks it. And then John Laurinaitis starts saying how John Cena is going to compete at Over the Limit, but he didn't reveal who his opponent was until the end of Raw, and I was like, I thought John Cena was going to leave. I thought he was going to go on a vacation or something. I didn't think he was going to be back wrestling so soon. But, no. So, at the end of the night, John Laurinaitis is in the ring, and John Cena comes out. And he makes it seem like John Cena is going to face Lord Tensai. So Lord Tensai comes out, but then John Laurinaitis attacks Cena from behind and says, your opponent's going to be me. Alright, so Over the Limit's pretty much going to be John Cena versus Kevin Federline all over again. Or so I thought. And then next week comes, and apparently after the whole arm breaking thing, everyone was like, oh my gosh, how's Triple H going to react? Well, we didn't see him that week on Raw. Instead, we had Paul Heyman come back as the representative of Brock Lesnar, which I absolutely loved. I'm glad it wasn't just some Joe Schmo in a suit and tie. I'm glad it was Paul Heyman, the man who first brought Brock Lesnar into the WWE in 2002. So Paul Heyman comes out with a written statement from Brock Lesnar. And he basically says that since his terms weren't agreed to, and he's disappointed, and Triple H didn't run the show right, that Brock Lesnar quits. So, in the back of my mind, I was kind of right. I was like, okay, Brock Lesnar's back. It's going to be awesome. But I thought the whole PG era and all the changes that were made weren't going to be suitable for Brock Lesnar to actually come back to, active duty. And he quit. So, no more Brock Lesnar, I guess. And then, last week, I'm sorry, not last week, Monday night, yesterday, we get Triple H coming out to the ring with a frame or a brace for his arm, and he basically just shoots on Brock Lesnar, saying the only thing Brock Lesnar can do is what he does well, and that's quit. Quit the WWE when it got too hard for him, even though he was at the top. Went to the UFC, was at the top there, but it got too hard for him because he got beat, and he quit. Comes back to the WWE, gets beat, gets too hard for him, and so he quits. And then Paul Heyman comes back out, and I was like, yes, we get to see Paul Heyman again. This is going to be good. Paul Heyman pretty much tells Triple H, look, because Brock Lesnar made this verbal agreement and this verbal contract with John Laurinaitis with all of the WWE Universe as witnesses, and because you didn't agree to it, because you said that that couldn't happen, that's breach of contract. So Brock Lesnar is going to be filing a lawsuit against you. And then Paul Heyman just starts going off about Triple H, telling him how hasn't lived up to his hype for the last couple years, and it's really pissed off Triple H to the point where he gets all up in Paul Heyman's face, grabs him by the face, and gets him up against the ropes. And, you know, holds him there for a couple seconds and then backs away, gets out of the ring. And Paul Heyman's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You just put your hands on me. So that's another lawsuit right there. I'll see you in court. So Triple H or the WWE's got 2 lawsuits on their hands. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I just hope it doesn't turn into like a soap opera or like Law and Order or something stupid like that. And then the whole night, they were building up to this whole John Laurinaitis, John Cena confrontation. They're like, oh my gosh, how's John Cena going to react? Because the week before he was in the Titantron, he was like, I'm going to beat John, you know, pretty much his John Cena stick of how, you know, I'm the underdog. But when I get mad, I'm going to beat John Cena, or John Laurinaitis, you know, his whole stupid John Cena thing, where he gets the fans behind him because he gets all mad and aggressive, you know. Before we get to the main event segment, last week, Big Show made fun of John Laurinaitis' voice. John Laurinaitis was talking to Big Show, kind of yelling at him, and then after he walked away, Big Show was like, okay, Mr. John Laurinaitis, making fun of his voice. Well, then Eve is like, you've got to apologize to John Laurinaitis. So he gave an apology, but it was like half-assed. And so Friday night on SmackDown, apparently John Laurinaitis is like, next Monday on Raw, you're going to apologize, and it better be a good one. So Big Show has a match with Kane with John Laurinaitis at ringside. And towards the end of the match, John Laurinaitis gets on the microphone and starts talking to Big Show, distracting him, causing Kane to do a silly chokeslam and win the match. And then John Laurinaitis is like, hey, I want my apology now. So Big Show's like, okay, I'm sorry. John Laurinaitis keeps goading him, just kept on. He's like, well, I don't think the people in the cheap seats could hear you. John Laurinaitis, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Sorry for making fun of your voice. John Laurinaitis just kept on and kept on. And he's like, if it's not good, you're fired. So I want you to get down on your knees. And Big Show has always been like the first one to get like emotional. He gets emotional really quick, whether it's, you know, Hall of Fame ceremony or whatever. He gets emotional really quick. So Big Show was, you know, struggling. He was like, you know, I want to keep my job because I love what I do, but he's like, I just can't get on, you know, he couldn't get on his knees. The fans were like, no, no. So he's like, I'm sorry. John Laurinaitis is like, I'll consider it. So he gets out of the ring, and when he got out of the ring with the microphone in hand, that's when I knew, okay, he's going to turn around and say something. So Big Show gets on his knees after begging and begging, and then John Laurinaitis stops. Big Show's sobbing, and he goes, Show, you're fired. And, you know, it sucks because Big Show is such a big draw, but for me, it's time for him to go, and this just cemented John Laurinaitis as, like, the dick GM. Like, you thought Eric Bischoff was bad, or Paul Heyman, or who was it? Vince, when he was in charge of Raw? No. This is like, John Laurinaitis is like, hey, I'm a dick, everyone's going to hate me, and this is just a bigger push. So, it was good as far as that's concerned. We get to the dumbest main event segment. So, John Laurinaitis comes out, and John Cena's in the ring, and he's basically teasing John Laurinaitis, saying, oh, you're a loser, you're a loser. Just so stupid. I mean, fans liked it, because John Cena kept interrupting John Laurinaitis, and John Laurinaitis even, you know, cracked a smile and chuckled a bit, but, God, so dumb. And then Eve comes out and basically gives John Laurinaitis this letter. It's a statement from the board of directors, and John Cena snatches it out of his hands and basically says that the only way that the match can be won at Over the Limit is by pinfall or submission. And if any active wrestler interferes, they'll be immediately terminated. And if John Laurinaitis loses his match at Over the Limit, he's fired. So that made John Cena smile. That made all the fans happy. But to me, right away, I was like, okay, John Laurinaitis might lose, or somebody's going to come out that's not an active wrestler. Now, the easy thing would say, yeah, okay, Big Show just got fired, so he's going to come out and maybe screw over John Cena or screw over John Laurinaitis, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think they're done with this whole Brock Lesnar thing, so I think Brock Lesnar is going to come out and help John Laurinaitis win, because he's not an active wrestler, therefore he cannot be fired. So, there's my review. Sorry, it's kind of long, but Monday Night Raw. Storylines are good, but as far as matches go, it's just, So, over the limit. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. Well, let's just say I'm looking forward to one of those matches. So, till next time, guys.